Hello book lovers, my name is Carrie and this is Spines and Spoilers. Today I'm going to do my take on the End of Summer book tag for 2024. I usually start off with what I'm drinking and what I'm eating, or rather what I'm drinking and what I'm reading, but at the moment I am doing neither. I just recorded another video and reported the same. I just finished The Angel of Indian Lake by Stephen Graham Jones and a big cup of water, though I probably need to get another one after all this talking. This tag was originally made by Simply a Book Lover. I'm going to include the link to their original video below, or at least to their YouTube channel. Number 1 is Summer Camp. Which book had your favorite new character? And that's gonna have to be Jade from The Angel of Indian Lake. I guess she's not technically new, but this third book just solidified how much I love her. I just absolutely adore that character and that trilogy. I also like the main character from Diabola by Jennifer Thorne, but being that I can't remember her name, I'm gonna say that I didn't like her as much as Jade. Number 2 is Summer Vacation. What's your favorite book of the summer? I'm gonna cheat with this one a little bit because the first one is 2 books, but they're by the same author. It's fine. They're Camp Damascus and Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. I loved both of these books. I think they're the only 2 horror books that Chuck Tingle has so far, because his other stuff is basically weird erotica. But these are queer horror, and I absolutely adored both of them. Next one would probably be Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward. That book, absolutely beautiful, lyrical. It's worth reading for, it's like a poem. It's like a long poem, and it's totally worth reading just for. There was also In Charm's Way by Lena Harper. It is part of the Witches of Thistle Grove series, which I'm really enjoying so far. This was the 4th book, and the 5th one just came out. And I was able to get the ebook for it. I'm excited to read that one. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Also Diavola, that one was supernatural horror. Absolutely loved it. And then the last one, of course, was The Angel of Indian Lake by Stephen Graham Jones. By far one of my new favorite books in general. Number 3, Summer Rain. What was your least favorite book of the summer? It was without a doubt The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. And I'm so sorry to the Lucy Foley fans. I can't get behind her writing. This is the 3rd one of her books that I've read. I didn't like it. I thought there were too many perspectives. I'm not gonna keep on giving excuses. I just didn't like it. It's okay if you did. Number 4, Last Days of Summer. Which book do you wish that you'd read this summer? I've thought about this question, and I actually can't think of one because I am not a summer reader generally. I don't like books that are stereotypically like summery. I don't really like romances and beach reads and things like that. I am generally a mystery, horror, thriller person. Every once in a while I'll dabble in contemporary. I do like fantasy, sci-fi, that stuff. But it takes a lot for me to like romance and beach reads and stuff like that. I have to be in a very particular mindset, and it has to be done, either be done well or be done so badly that it's good, or just have an interesting premise. And nothing has come out recently that made me feel like, hey, I really want to read that specifically during the summer. So I'm going to say none, that I don't have a book to list here. For the fall though, ooh, there are so many for the fall. Number 5, assigned summer reading. Favorite classic of the summer. I actually didn't read any classics this summer, but I did read one that I think it is going to be a classic. It's Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. Stuart Turton is just one of those authors where I feel like he's able to kind of churn out instant classics to an extent. This one, it wandered a little bit and it went on a little too long, but it did have that feeling of like instant classic. Number 6, back to school shopping. Favorite book obtained this summer. Jesus, my version of this tag is so boring because I didn't get any books this summer. Not one. I didn't buy any books at all. All of the books that I read were from the library itself, from Libby, or just Audible. You know, it was an audiobook, an ebook, some form. The closest that I got was Missing Witches, which was absolutely lovely, but it wasn't my book. It was a book that my sister got, and I didn't even finish it. There was also The Silent Corner, which I borrowed from my mom. I still haven't finished it entirely, but I like what I've read. But yeah, again, that was not mine. I just borrowed it. So if you're on my channel for the book hauls, you're in the wrong place. I'm so sorry to say. I am not a rich person. I'm actually a very poor person. If I get new books, it's because there's been a holiday. I got surprise money for some reason, which almost never happens, or I got it from a thrift store. Number 7, one that I can actually answer. First day of school, first book you plan to read this autumn. I think I'm going to start it with You Like It Darker by Stephen King. Now, Stephen King and I do have a bit of a divisive relationship. That's true. The book It made me very angry with him. I'm not gonna lie. But I've read stuff by him since then. I had to take a few months off and then get back into him. And I've read stuff since then that I've actually enjoyed again. This is also a collection of short stories, and he is at his best when he is telling short stories because he's his own worst enemy, okay? Because he goes off on tangents and he'll just include crap that doesn't need to be there, and short stories kind of cut him off. He can only do so much rambling. He can only go on so many tangents. But yeah, they're also just extremely creative. He has an amazing mind regardless of what else you think of him. He's just, yeah. I love seeing what he adds to the short stories and how he takes these ideas and forms them into something new, or how he creates something out of nothing. This next question is the 8th and final one. That's favorite subject. Which new releases are you most anticipating? There are 3 that I suppose I am anticipating more than others. And one of them is The Whispering Night by Susan Dennard. It's the 3rd book in the Luminaries trilogy or series, I don't know yet, which are a lot of fun. They're supernatural, romance, fantasy, very dark. I'm a fan. The next one would be Rise and Divine by Lena Harper. That's from the same series that I mentioned before, The Witches of Thistle Grove, by Lena Harper. So far I've loved every single one of those books. I'm hoping that I will love this one as well, but we'll have to see. It just came out. This 3rd book was written by an author that I actually haven't read before. Her name is Karen Marie Moning, and it's The House at Watch Hill from the Watch Hill trilogy. This series, I believe, is just being released, or trilogy rather, is just being released. It's got a haunted house though. It's fantasy, gothic, paranormal, mystery, and it sounds like my type of thing. Hopefully it will be. If not, oh well. But I do enjoy trying new authors when I can, especially when it's something that sounds this promising. That's it for my 2024 end of summer book tag. I'm just so excited to see summer go and for fall to finally be here. I hate the summer so much. I literally get sick when I'm hot and turn into a different person. Summer me is not real me. So I'm excited to actually be myself again and for the autumn weather to be back. Thank you again to Simply a Book Lover for creating this tag. Again, I'll link them down below. And thank you to you for watching this video, especially if you got to this point and didn't just like skim through it. Feel free to like and share and subscribe if you so desire, but what's most important is that you remember to love yourself. And also, stay safe. Especially if you have seasonal affective disorder. I know that hits people pretty hard in fall and winter. I have to go get that water. I'm losing my voice. But yes, remember to love yourself. Be safe. This ending is chaotic. Bye, guys.